What's up, you open-minded weirdos? Welcome back to the channel that answers what if with why not. I'm Jeremiah Sanchez, author of the Parachute Mind series. Let's explore the unknown. What if you could live forever? It's a rather common what if question pondered by doctors, philosophers, scientists, wizards, comic book writers, and depressed Twilight fans. Death is the one guarantee that many people wish they could just avoid. But alas, we all must expire, come to an end, kick the bucket, push up daisies, meet our maker, sleep with the fishes, buy the farm, do the zombie Mozart, and decompose. But what if you didn't have to? Let's talk about it. Everything that lives eventually dies, right? You'd think. But there's this one little critter that's breaking the rules. The rebellious little rapscallion is the Turritopsis dorni, or the immortal jellyfish. It has figured out how to live forever. When it's fully grown, it's smaller than a pinky nail. And here's their superpower. When they are starving, attacked, threatened, or have their hearts broken, they go full Benjamin Button and revert back to infancy. Then they start over again. Aging, reverting, aging, reverting, aging, reverting. They are essentially, biologically, immortal. I mean, they can still die. They're not invulnerable. If something gobbles them or whatever, they can still face some street justice and get the crap murdered out of them. So if there's a sea creature that eats them, it's essentially a vampire hunter. But Hollywood hasn't taken advantage of that idea. This summer, the ocean's underbelly runs rampant with jelly. Can anyone put a stop to the spineless immortal? You peanut butter believe it. Not my best work, but screw it, I'm keeping it in the video. Anyways, back on track. It's not known if the jellyfish retains its personality and memories and its unique individuality every time that it reverts back to infancy, or if it just completely etch-a-sketches itself to fresh new start every single time. Alright, it's time to play my favorite game. What if? What if humans did the same thing? What if when we were threatened or starving, we reverted back to our own infancy? I've written out most of my thoughts on this, and a lot of them crack me up. Like, before we get balls deep into this, I just picture someone tied to a chair in an action movie with a gun to their head. Where's the stuff I want? Super intense interrogation and threats. And then the person in the chair just starts reverting back to a baby, just crying. I don't know why that cracks me up, but it does. I want that to be a movie. So, would we revert quickly, instantaneously, just like shrinking down inside of our clothes until we're a little infant, a fetus, a sperm? I don't like that. Too much pressure to win a race a second time, and I hate running. Let's operate under the assumption that we turn back into babies. Would it be quick, like the snap of a finger? Would it take a few minutes, a few hours, days, weeks, months? Or would it be equivalent to the rate at which we age? Just a balanced pyramid up and down. Like, here in 10 years, I won't be able to drink anymore. In 13 years, I'll be underage. What does that even mean? Don't worry about it. I'll explain it to you when I'm younger. Would it be consciously controlled? Like, could I revert at will? Because I would abuse the crap out of that. My hair's thinning. Go back a couple of years. My back's starting to hurt. Go back 10 years. Would I be able to control when it started and when it stopped? Or would choosing to revert be committing to go all the way back down to zero? That would actually suck a little bit. Like, I regret my decision. I was just startled by my surprise birthday party, and now I'm heading back to daycare. Or worse, what if it was autonomic, meaning it was automatically controlled, like our heart rate or our breathing or morning wood? Something spooks you even a little bit, and your body's like, fight or flight, motherfucker! We're turning into babies! Or baby, I don't want to explode into a gaggle of infants. Horror movies would be right out. Don't go in that room, the killers! Damn it, I'm reverting. Being attacked by a bear while camping would be a self-defeating self-defense strategy. Instead of running away, you transform from an entree to an appetizer. There would either be minimal confrontation in society or 500-year-old babies everywhere. Like, could you imagine the UFC or cops or firefighters? There's a question for you lovely viewers out there. What profession do you think would be most affected by a world of immortal jellyfish humans, and why? Who would be the most amusing demographic of our modern society? What if, like the jellyfish, we autonomically reverted when we are starving? The homeless epidemic would look a lot different. All those dirty beggars asking for change would revert into children asking for change. That's depressing. I don't like that. Nah. But they'd be provided the opportunity as children to try again. There's hope. I like that. That's so much better. Would things like grade school be based on initial birth date, or would reverted people be eligible to go back and get an education all over again? Would that be mandatory or optional? The protocols on that would require some crazy and complicated legislation. Could you imagine going through puberty in reverse and then going through puberty again? Balls descend, they ascend, they descend, and back and forth, and back and forth, and back and forth. And ladies, hymen, bymen, hymen, bymen. Assuming you could maintain your memories and knowledge, it could actually be a rather incredible existence. Barring lethal accident or attack, you could pursue dreams and passions for ever. I could write books for hundreds of years. Parachute minds will never end. Got cancer? Revert. Carry on. Getting old and your body's just naturally shutting down? Revert. Carry on. Do you have a bunch of tattoos that you regret? Revert. Carry on. Erectile dysfunction? Screw it. Revert and carry on. Pursue as many degrees as you want. Age isn't a factor. If knowledge is power, you could attain more than anyone in history. All you need is the wherewithal to stick to your studies and learn all there is to learn. Parachute minds foreshadowing. You would have the immortality of vampires, minus the sunlight allergies, the being stuck at the age you were bitten, or the need to eat people. I still might. You also wouldn't have the invulnerability. Damn. You would be an ever-aging and de-aging immortal, capable of developing into whomever you want to be. And you could do it as many times as you want to. Man, the things I would do with that. In this life, I'll be an author. In the next one, an engineer. In the next one, an astronaut. What would your list consist of if you could relive your life over and over and over again? Family dynamics would be a bit weird. Who's that little girl? Oh, that's Grandma. She fell, but instead of calling life alert, she just reverted back into being a child. Check out all that cartilage, Grandma. Now go enjoy some ice cream while you play on the playground. Could you imagine being older than your dad or having your mom younger than you? You get carded at the restaurant, but they get crayons? Marriage would be weird. Till death do us part. How about till reverting does us part? So, what if you had the life cycle of an immortal jellyfish? Would you read all the books? Travel all the places? What would you do if you had all the time in the world, even if half of it you were a kid? Especially if half of it you were a kid. What would you do with all that time and all that youthful energy? I can't wait to hear your answers, and as always, may death not find you sleeping. Bah!